Well, hello. My name is Daddy-O. I do some YouTube stuff. Let's just put it that way. I want to bring this up again because I'm getting so many more comments. This is probably the number one comment thing I get on my channel is about this Uber rental vehicles. I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I got 6 reasons on here as to why I believe this is my secret, my reasoning that makes this work. I get a lot of questions. I'm going to try to nail it down and try to hit on some of the questions that I've been getting, because I'll do a video about it and I'll get a couple questions about certain things. Then I'll do another video about it and I'll get a couple more things about it, questions. So let's just try to nail it all down if I can. But I'm going to ask you this. This here video, watch it to the end. Don't leave me no comments unless you watch this video all the way to the end. All right? Because I'm going to say stuff through this video, and what you might need to be hearing that you're going to ask questions about might be towards the middle or it might be towards the end. All right? That's where I'm finding out a lot of the questions I'm getting is because someone didn't watch the whole thing. All right? So watch the whole video. And then if you got a comment, let me know. We'll talk about it. I have no problem. All right, here we go. The number one thing that makes me do this is peace of mind. All right? I've talked about this before. I don't have to worry about nothing. I get up, go get in the vehicle, or by renting a vehicle to do my Ubering in. I get up in the mornings, I go get in the vehicle, I hit the button, I crank it up, I hit the button on my phone, I go to work. I don't worry about nothing because of this. I don't pay no insurance. I don't have no maintenance to worry about. I don't have to worry about roadside assistance. I don't have to worry about unlimited miles. You see what I mean? That's my peace of mind. That's my little secret. That's my little where I can take a deep breath and go to work. I don't have to worry about all that other stuff. All right. Now I pay $305 a week. All right. Now that $305, let's go ahead and get it out of the way, is a tax write-off. All right. You can write this is your business. You can write off your business expense. If you're renting a vehicle to do your Ubering in, then you can write it off. All right. You can write off your gas. You can write off your car wash. You can write off any supplies that you might have to buy to keep the car shiny. Your supplies for your vehicle. This is your business. And I've said this before. This is your storefront also. Treat it as your business and storefront. People get in this vehicle, make sure it's clean. Make sure it smells good. Make sure, smells good. Get that one out of the way, because that there is a biggie, because that's the number one thing I hear from people that tell me about their last Uber ride is the smell of the car. All right? I have 2 of these in the vehicle. Before I pick anybody up, I hold it up in front of the vehicle just for a little ways. It puts the smell real good in, and people get in and go, wow, your car smells. I hear it every day consistently about how good the car smells. Hit them first, right between the eyes with the smell. Hit them second with the music. I've got videos on this, so you can go do that, okay? Here, I rent. It works for me. It's not going to work for everyone. It's not available in all places. You can't do this, but if you're an Uber driver, on your app, you can find out about renting a vehicle through Uber. If it's available in your area, it's going to come up for you. I pay $305. Let's get back to that. I pay $305 a week. I write all that stuff off. I don't worry about that $305. The $305 is part of doing business. It's like I'm near Walmart right now. It's like Walmart over here. They have to pay electricity bill. They have to pay employees. They have to pay insurance. They have to pay things at Walmart. That's their cost of doing business. My cost of doing business is pretty much a write-off. I rent a vehicle. I don't have to worry about putting miles on my personal vehicle. I don't have to worry about those things. It's an easy system to get into. If it's available for you in your area, check. It's simple to do. Just pull up your app and do a search. If you're having a problem with that, call Uber. You know, I go through Avis. I have been using Avis now I'm right at 3 years. Next month will be 3 years I have been renting a vehicle to do Uber in. I've had no problems. All right. It's easy to do if you do it right. And a lot of people are going to make comments here about the money. The money's the big issue. The big hang up with a lot of people is the fact that you're spending that money. How in the world can you do that? I can buy a car. I can pay $1,000, $1,200 a month. My God, I can buy any car I want to buy. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can finance some kind of payments if you got the credit for it and everything else. The problem is, as soon as you drive off the lot with that car, being new or used, it's depreciating again. If you're the first owner, it's depreciating as soon as you drive off the lot. And it's titled. Once that vehicle's titled, depreciation. You're driving that vehicle every day. Now, if you drive as much as I do, and that's why I say it's not going to work for everyone. I drive a lot of miles. I put a lot of miles on a vehicle, and all those miles aren't Uber miles. A lot of those are my personal miles when I go to the store, or I go over to Walmart in the evening, or I go here and there. I'm still using that vehicle. All right? It's available to me to use. So I put miles on the vehicle that's more than Uber miles. And that's why it gets up to, I think the last one I've been saying was 93,000 miles when I turned in the last vehicle. It was a RAV4 limited all-wheel drive, the best Uber vehicle I've ever used, and I've used them all. I've had a Kia, I've done a Nissan, I've done the Hyundai, I've done the Toyota, I've done several Toyotas. The limited is my favorite, thank you. But yeah, it's easy to do this. I pay $43.50 a day. And I've talked about this before. I used to work for a cab company years ago, and I get comments from other people that are, after they've heard me say this comment, or have agreed with this comment. 10 years ago, I worked for a cab company where I paid them $65 a day, $65 a day for the use of a vehicle. They fed me runs just like Uber does. I had that vehicle for my use for 12 hours, and at the end of the day, I had to have it filled back up with fuel and turn back in at the office. You walk back in, you hand them their fee for the day, you go home, you come back the next day, you get you a vehicle, whether it's the same one, it might be a different one. You don't always get the same vehicle. Where in this case, I had the same vehicle. I've had this vehicle, I've got 68,235 miles on it right now. I think I got this one right when it had 30,000 miles on it. 30,000 miles on it. I've put all the miles on this vehicle, and they still, I could call my guy up right now and say, hey, swap me out of it. He's going to go, how many miles you got on it? And I'm going to tell him what I got on it. He's going to say, oh, you still got plenty of miles on that. I've had that happen so many times before where I want to swap out of a vehicle. You know, that limited all-wheel drive, I begged them not to take me out of that one. They had to call me up and tell me to bring it back. And the reason they had was because they had sold Avis had sold 100 cars to a broker. And so my car that I was driving around in was one of those vehicles, and they needed it back. All right. So I said, well, he goes, just keep it till next week and bring it in next week, and we'll just swap you into something else. And that's when I walked in and he swapped me into this one. So I'm coming up on due on another swap here in another 20,000 miles probably. I wish I could get him to do it next week, but anyway, I'll make a phone call. We'll see what happens. But anyway, it's easy to do, to rent a vehicle. You don't worry about, I'll go down this list again. I don't worry about insurance. I don't worry about maintenance. I don't worry about roadside assistance. I have unlimited miles, and I have the biggie, peace of freaking mind. I don't worry about the vehicle in the morning when I go out and get in it. If it don't crank, I make a phone call. You know, they'll send someone over to either fix it or tow it over to somewhere where they can fix it. And if there's a problem, they're going to give me another vehicle. I don't know. You have to check it out. If you need a vehicle, if you're driving around a vehicle that the AC keeps going in and out on it, or you're having to spend a lot of money on maintenance, and you're just hating to go to work, and I'll say it again, I've said it in other videos, by renting a vehicle, you will do more runs. Hence, you will make more money. All right? You're driving a new vehicle. You're going to pull up in a new vehicle to pick people up. Hence, you're going to get a little bit better tip. I've proved it. I do it. All right? There are ways to work the system, but you need to be doing it in a vehicle that you can work the system in. All right? And I've done videos about the beater cars. And a lot of the comments I usually get from people are, hey, I can go take the $2,000 or $3,000 and put it down on a vehicle, and my payments are only going to be $100, $200 a month. And yeah, you can do that. You absolutely can do it. And a lot of people do it. And they have to do it. I understand that. You have to do that. You have to do it. But it's when you pull up in that vehicle. See, it's the way that people, when you first pull up, are your brakes squeaking? When they get in, are they having to take, and you turn that AC up a little more and you got it on wide open already? I've seen this before. Is your back door taped on with gray tape? I've done a video on that. I was pulling out a high class hotel one day, and the vehicle pulling in had the Uber logo in the window lit up, and the back door on the passenger side, on the driver's side, was taped on with gray tape. Are you expecting to get 5.0s? Are you expecting to get any kind of a decent tip? Does your car smell good? That's the first thing that's going to happen when they sit down, is they're going to smell your car. They can't help it. You can't hide it. So this is one of the biggies right here. I'm going to put this down, get it out of my hand, because it usually sits right here beside me, because I use it all day long, because I get such a response out of it. So play the game however you want to. I recommend, consider it. I'm not going to tell you to go do it. It's not for everyone. If you're only doing Uber a couple days a week, or at night when you get off of work, or in the mornings before you go to work, it might not work for you. But if you really want to make I started to say career. I don't want to say that, because this is not long term. A lot of people do Uber because it's not going to be long term. But if you want to take the time that you're doing your Ubering, the effort that you're putting into it, if you want to really take that time and do it right, take some effort. Consider getting a new car without financing it, and try it out. Take care. I'm going to pick it up again. Take care of some things. Some music, neutral music. I got videos on this, so you can go look at that too. Take some time and effort to put into doing it right. Don't expect, and when I first started Ubering, I jumped out into it and just started going, all right, let's go pick up this one, let's go pick up that one, let's go pick up this one, let's go pick up that one. I was just bam, 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 bam. Then I realized all of a sudden that wasn't too smart of a way to do Uber. The smart way is just kind of sit back, watch, and see what's going on, and don't get caught up. And I've done the video on this. Don't get caught up in that acceptance thing. No. Don't even worry about that. Take the runs you want, but do Uber right. I can't say it's right. It's the way I do it. So if you need to get out there and do it, try it out. I got a comment earlier from someone asking me about electric vehicles. So I don't remember the name right now, because I wasn't even going to talk about it. Someone asked me earlier, in their area, the only vehicles they can get rented to them to do Uber in are electric vehicles. My area, that was at one time, that's what they were really pushing. They now have no electric vehicles. They've done it. I think they've phased them out. So in your area, if you have that issue, keep checking with them, because they may be phasing them out. Now, the issue with electric, they're not bad. They're not going to give you an electric SUV. It's going to be an electric car. My problem was getting it charged up. Having to go find a place to go charge that damn thing up. If you have a way in your area, your condo, in your neighborhood somehow, in your city, where you can pull in and charge it up, a little bit in the morning, a little bit in the afternoon, whatever, or leave it there for a couple hours at night and charge it back up. Whatever you have to do, you try it out. they're not bad. I mean, they'll get up and scoot. No problem with that. But I didn't like it because I have a problem getting them charged. Where I live at, there's not a lot of charging ports for them. I have to drive literally 14 to 15 miles out to the interstate to plug it in at night, at the end of the night, so I'd have it charged up for the next day. And that got to be a nuisance. I realized that wasn't going to work for me. Daddy-O is not going to do the old rental thing. But anyway, I just want to highlight some of this thing. No insurance, no maintenance, roadside assistance taken care of, unlimited miles, peace of mind, and no wear and tear on your personal vehicle. All right, those are the biggies. So if you want to rent, go try it out. I hope I've nailed down everything here. I know I'm still going to get comments from people saying, that's just too much money to spend, blah, blah, blah. Hey, okay. Understood. But it's worked for me. All right. And I get comments from people it's working for also. All right. You guys have a good evening, good afternoon. Daddy-O is out. I'll let you go. Bye.